So I did some research because I got curious about some of the dumbass habits that I have, and today we're going to find out the effects of drinking approximately 3 gallons of coffee daily for 5 years. Also, you like this background behind me? I hope you do, because I made it myself, motherfucker, and I'm proud of it. Anyways, let's get into the video. Alright, so let's start here. How does caffeine affect the heart? Caffeine, as a stimulant, can increase heart rate and blood pressure, potentially leading to palpitations or irregular heartbeats, arrhythmias, in some individuals, especially with high caffeine intake. However, moderate caffeine consumption is generally considered safe for most people. Stimulant affect heart rate and blood pressure. Caffeine can cause a temporary increase in heart rate and blood pressure. Alright? So, yeah. That is all fun. But it gets more fun. So I did math. How many milliliters is in a pot of coffee? 1,800 milliliters. I drink anywhere from like minimum of 2, average 4 or 5, but sometimes 6 to 7 pots of coffee a day. Think about that. So yeah. Also, 12 pot of coffee based on the 5-ounce cup standard holds 12 cups. So 5 ounces a cup, 60 fluid ounces. Now, how many milliliters in a gallon? 3,700. Now, as we go back, 1,800. So 1, 2, 1,600. So it's just under a gallon. So if I drank my anywhere from 2 to 7 pots, but it's usually closer to 7 a day, that's 3 gallons of coffee daily, which is insane already. Now, let us dive into how many milligrams of coffee is in a cup. Approximately 40. Now, there's 12 cups per pot, right? So, 2 of them is 80, 4 of them is 160. So 160 plus 160 would be 320 for 8 cups. Another 160 would be 480, give or take. I don't know. You get the point. Quite a lot. Anyways, next one is how many milligrams of coffee would you need to drink a day for it to be lethal? A lethal amount of caffeine is about 180 milligrams, I think, per liter. I don't know what that really means, which has been determined by examining the blood patients who died from an overdose. When you consume 100 milligrams of caffeine, it raises your blood caffeine levels by about whatever that is, meaning it'll take almost 40 cups of coffee to be lethal. So, like I said, I already drink my average is 4 pots. Right there, that is 48 cups of coffee. 4 pots. So, I almost double that daily. But my minimum is already over that. And the other thing is up to 400 milligrams of caffeine a day appears to be safe for most healthy adults. That's roughly the amount of caffeine in 4 cups of brewed coffee. See, so there's a lot of like meh, but pretty much for most adults, FDA has cited 400 milligrams a day. Generally, energy drinks have 54 to 300, whatever. So you get the point. It's already over that. It's over that. Way beyond that. And I'm even drinking coffee right now. I'm on like my 5th fucking pot. Anyways, next question. So let's just take an account just my hot coffee. Right? We're already kind of getting in the realm of going way over the lethal dose. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we're getting, I think already double, maybe. Anyways, you get the point. Much, much too many, because, yeah, every cup is 40 milligrams. So, yeah, just, I think one, fuck. Okay, I gotta do quick maths again. Okay, so, yeah, every cup is 40 milligrams, so 2 cups is 80, 4 cups is 160, 8 cups is 320. So, yeah, give or take, per pot of coffee is all, like, just one pot. One pot is the daily amount. Once again, I'm drinking on average 4. 2 is a slow day, and quite often it gets up to 6 or 7 in a day. So, yeah, over double the lethal dose. And that's not counting things like a 2 liter of pop. So Dr. Pepper, for example, one that I often drink, is approximately 270 milligrams of caffeine. So throw that on to the 7 pots of coffee. Or if, I decide to have Coca-Cola that day, it's 190 in a 2 liter. So let's just take all that coffee, a 2 liter of soda, so it's either 270 or 190 milligrams of caffeine. Even worse, right? And then next thing, what happens to the body when you consume twice the lethal dose? So caffeine overdose happens when you ingest more caffeine than your body can safely process. Can cause serious symptoms and be fatal, even though it's rare. High caffeine dose. Irregular heartbeat and seizures. I have a regular heartbeat, but not really seizures. And then there's one that was down here that really hit me. I'm just trying to find it. This one. Anxiety, hallucinations, migraines, swelling of the brain, and seizures. So, swelling of the brain and seizures, probably not. The anxiety and migraines, for sure. Hallucinations, maybe. But I think I'm just fucking stupid. And the weird heart. So, not doing great. And like I said, I've been doing this, like, I've been having this much caffeine daily for 5 years. 5 years, every day. And yes, I intend to slow down. No, I did not do this for an experiment to make a video, okay? It's just something I got curious of one day. Okay, now let's move on to other bad habits that contribute to making this worse. Lack of sleep. Can it affect your heart health? Increasing cardiovascular disease and high blood pressure, obesity, diabetes. So it's much the same of things that can affect the heart with caffeine. So there's a lot of weird stuff, lots of things, palpitations, arrhythmias. So not necessarily good. Yeah, 400 milligrams a day is generally considered safe for most adults. So throw all that stupid shit that I've already gone over onto this, right? And it gets even crazier. 2 more things that I do in a day, and I have even thrown onto this. In a day, I've drank 7 pots of coffee, a 2 liter. And by the way, I couldn't count this, but multiple iced coffees from Tim Hortons as well. So that's probably another couple hundred milligrams of caffeine. So just throw all of that together already. I'm now like getting close to tripling the lethal dose. I barely sleep, so like I'll do the sleep deprived as shit. And then I smoke and I have drank while doing all that, well all in the same day. But even just the hot coffee alone, not counting the pop, the iced coffees, the smoking, the drinking, or the lack of sleep, just the hot coffee alone is doubling the lethal amount of caffeine daily. So in conclusion, don't be me. And also, just because you feel fine, maybe do some research or consult a doctor. Because, yeah, you don't know till you know. I just got curious and researched a habit of mine and figured out it was way more dangerous than I thought. So I'm going to have to start cutting back on that. It's going to be slow, but I'll do that. But yeah, if you guys like this informational video about why I'm a fucking idiot, uh, let me know and drop a comment, you stupid, because I'm stupid. Anyways, love y'all. Peace.